other day. I went back to back. Went to Ben and Jerry's a lot. Got back to
First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming to celebrate with us today. Without the support of our friends and families, many of us wouldn't be preparing to take our final walk as Ithaca High School students. Your support means the world to each and every one of the students here, and we couldn't be happier to have you. As everyone is probably painfully aware, this year has been a challenging one. We lost many of the usual activities that make the high school experience what it is meant to be, such as homecoming, sports competitions, school prom, and even time in the classroom due to the pandemic. And to be frank, that sucked. A lot. But our class is nothing if not adaptive. We kept our grades up, attended whatever activities we could, kept things as safe as possible, and made the absolute best of our last year here. We made our senior year count, and I know it helped prepare us for the challenges coming in our future. I couldn't be more proud to be a 2021 IHS graduate, and I want to thank all the teachers and staff that made that possible. Now, I would like to turn the mic over to Tyler, my good friend and class valedictorian.
Before I start with my speech, I'd like to take a moment to send a couple thanks out to a couple of people, or a couple of groups of people, who got me to where I'm standing up here today. First, to my family, who have supported me for as long as I can remember, and my friends who really should be included in that former group. To my teachers, both high school and elementary, who were committed to help me and everyone else graduating here today prepare for the long and frankly confusing road called adulthood. And of course, I would be remiss not to specifically thank my mom, dad, and brother, who really shaped me into the person I am today. And lastly, to the arguably most important group of all, everyone sitting here today, and those who cannot make it and are watching this on video, who are showing their support for us graduates by sitting in uncomfortable lawn chairs through a long and arduous ceremony that really is made only long and more arduous by the ramblings of some 18-year-old that many of you have never even met. And I appreciate that. With that being said, I'll try to make this as quick as I can. You're going to hear some speeches today, and you've already heard a brilliant introductory from my good friend Cole. And following mine, there's going to be 4 other graduates who talk about the meaning of life, what our place in the world is, and how to live a better life. And where these speeches are truly great speeches, the truth is, and the simple truth is, that the speeches in themselves don't actually do anything. And hold on, before you start, yelling at me for publicly degrading my friends and their ability to give a speech, this is not a criticism on them at all. In fact, I say this because I believe that the speeches they give will be meaningful. They will have a purpose to them, and a lesson that should be taken by everybody sitting here today. Now, I know what you're thinking. That makes absolutely zero sense, right? How is it possible that a speech is meaningful when it doesn't actually do anything? Well, everyone's heard the philosophical question, right? If a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, does it even make a sound? Well, ignoring the complex metaphysics behind the observed and unobserved reality behind the question, I'd like to present to all of you a variation on this century-old question. If a word is spoken and is not heard by anyone, does the word have an impact? Does the word metaphorically make a sound? Now, you might say, well, obviously it makes a sound, right? The person moves their lips and uses their vocal cords to create a noise, right? Simple. Yeah. But if this expression, this sound goes unheard, what change actually occurs from it? How is the world any different than it was seconds ago before the word was spoken? And my answer to you would be that it doesn't have an impact. No ideas have been shared, no inspiration given, no question has been answered to anyone but the speaker. And at this point, you're probably thinking, sure, I completely get the message you're putting out there. Stop talking to yourself all the time. It's kind of weird, right? No. You probably have an idea where this is going, so I'm just going to jump right into my main point. The people who will stand up here today are all great and amazing people that I am very close friends with today, who have unique and interesting views on the world, which I'm pretty sure you can gather from looking at Braxton's speech title, Aristotle, British Rom-Coms, and Juice WRLD. And these people, they have put a lot of time and thought into what they have to say today because they want to have an impact on your perspective. They want to have an impact on the world, however small. But at the end of the day, even the most funny, even the most attention-grabbing, inspirational, motivational speech is still just speech. And what I mean by this is that it really falls onto you sitting out there in the audience or watching this video now or 20 years in the future to take what they're saying and actually do something with it, right? to give their speech a meaning, to allow the tree that they're metaphorically dropping through this microphone to make a sound, to make a difference, even if this difference doesn't extend past the people sitting here today, to make a difference in the world. If everyone here ignores the messages and the meanings that are being spoken here today, these words might as well have not been spoken at all, because without a listener, without somebody who truly cares about what is being said, speeches don't do anything. So, this is likely the one and only time I will get to stand in front of an audience and have my opportunity to give a speech that's actually listened to, that actually, does something. And I would like to end this speech, I know finally, right, it's been like 10 minutes, woohoo, with 2 requests. First, actually listen to what is being said today. I can guarantee you that important things are going to be said, if not by me, then by Braxton, Ellie, Riley, all the other people who are going to be standing up here and giving mini lectures on the world. And second, don't just talk about changes, right? Speeches can be forgotten, words can be ignored, but actions, your actions can change the world that we live in. And now obviously I can't dictate your actions, I don't have a say in how you live your life, I can't even control if you listen to my speech or not. But I can guarantee you that if you go out of your way to do something selfless or kind or helpful in any way, if you try to be a better person, the world will become better as a result. Not only for you, but for the people around you. Thank you. And next up, the band will be performing the song that us seniors unfortunately did not get to perform this year, called Hey Jude, that will end my marching career with a good note, hopefully, pun slightly intended.
Hello, everyone. I first want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for all the support you've given to my classmates and I over these past years. These past 12 years really went fast, didn't they? That's what I want to talk about today. Just how fast not only childhood, but life as a whole moves. I was always told the cliche, your years in school move faster than you think, and I believed them. However, I didn't imagine it would be this quick. Some of my earliest school memories were simply imagining how far away I was from graduation. All I wished for up until this past year was to be able to leave. Don't get me wrong, I'm so excited to move on to another chapter in my life, but I definitely wish I had appreciated my time here at Ithaca a little more. However, I'm so glad I learned what I am about to tell you at this age rather than in 40 years. This idea of childhood, education, growing up, whatever you want to call it, moving extremely quickly, applies to life as a whole too. It's scary to think about how little time we get on this earth. What are we supposed to do with what little time we are given? If life goes by in a blink of an eye, why even bother with it? What's the point? Is life actually worth living? These are questions that I've truly asked myself over this past year of grappling with the idea of life truly beginning. I couldn't just live with these questions unanswered, so I began searching. What I found, I bet most of you may be able to guess. If you guess something along the lines of there being multiple answers or it's subjective, you'd be correct. I obviously stumbled upon some of the most common answers, such as religion or a more secular morality similar to Socratic virtue, which involves avoiding the extremes found in this world. However, I still wasn't completely satisfied with these answers. They seemed too cliche and easy. I'll spare you the details, but what I found is that each individual must find their own purpose and reason to live life. This brings me to the first idea presented in my speech's title, some teachings of Aristotle. Aristotle taught a version of this self-purpose idea. He believed that humans have a natural desire to understand truth and that the purpose of one's life is to find their self-truth or purpose. It's within our very nature to want to find meaning in our lives. This is where the cliche it's about the journey, not the destination, comes from. This is why sometimes we just have to take a step back, slow down, and appreciate the journey we're on called life. This brings us to the idea of happiness. Happiness is such a weird thing, isn't it? It obviously isn't a tangible thing, yet it seems to define so much of our lives. No matter the level of happiness we achieve, we always seem to be searching for more. Personally, I am terribly guilty of this. While in high school, I ran cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. During my running career, I always had a goal set with the mentality, if I hit this goal, I can consider myself successful. My emotions, including my happiness, have been completely based on my personal perceived level of success in my sport. While at face value, this seems harmless, the problem comes when each time I hit this goal, there was always room for a new goal. Therefore, moving the bar, I would consider myself completely happy at. This is what actually led to my burnout this past winter in regards to my running. Luckily, I was able to take a step back and realize it's not always about trying to be the best at whatever you do. While I'm still working on this example is why it's so important to take this step back and just appreciate all the accomplishments you have achieved so far in life. Now, I know you are probably wondering what British rom-coms have to do with questioning life, and I promise I do provide an answer to this question. A few weeks ago, I watched the movie About Time, which is a British romantic comedy that was released in 2013. In the movie, the main character, along with his father, is able to travel back in time to different points in their life and relive these moments. Toward the end of the movie, the main character's father gives him the advice to relive each day twice, but on the second day, try not to change anything. Just try to appreciate all the little things that you may have missed. At first, it didn't hit me how important this advice is. Even though we cannot travel in time, we should still be living our lives like this, one day at a time, to avoid worry and stress. That is what I want for each one of you here today. I want each one of you to take one, just one, of the 1,440 minutes you are given each day to simply reflect and appreciate all the enjoyments life has given us. After all, as the late rapper Juice WRLD once said, life's good. Thank you all for listening, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony. and Mr. Thompson.
It's a tough act to follow. Cole, Tyler, and Braxton, nice job. Thank you all for being here this evening. It is my privilege at this time to recognize the students that are graduating with academic honors this evening. Each student will please stand when I call their name. I would ask that you please hold your applause until the end. Thank you very much. We will start this evening with our senior scholars. Senior scholar status is determined by a combination of grade point, average, and the SAT test composite score. As I call your name, please stand. Our valedictorian for the class of 2021 is Tyler Bush. Our salutatorian for the class of 2021 is Cole Tilton. Braxton Lamy. Jamie Fidler. Riley Vernon. Ellie Martin. Josie Morrow. Ava Young. Brock McBride. Ian Shaw. Zachary Poff. And Sydney Marcy. Congratulations to the 2021 senior scholars. Next, we will recognize the students that are graduating summa cum laude. To earn this status, a student has earned a 3.9 to 4.0 grade point average. Again, please stand when I call your name. Tyler Bush, 4.0. Lottie Carmen. Jamie Fidler, 4.0. Hattie Hall. Braxton Lamy, 4.0. Sydney Marcy, 4.0. Ellie Martin, 4.0. Brock McBride. Brianna Mikesel. Josie Morrow, 4.0. Natalie Novakowski. Ian Shaw. Madison Snyder. Cole Tilton, 4.0. Ian Shaw, 4.0 too. Riley Vernon, 4.0. And Ava Young. Congratulations to the 2021 summa cum laude recipients. Next, we will recognize our magna cum laude graduates. To earn this status, a student must have a 3.7 to a 3.89 grade point average. Please stand when I call your name. Samantha Allen. Elena Bretvek. Jonathan Crawford. Zachary Poff. Ethan Thomas. Grace Weberg. And Abby Whitford. Congratulations to the 2021 magna cum laude recipients. Next, we will recognize our cum laude graduates. To earn this status, a student must have a 3.5 to 3.69 grade point average. Please stand when I call your name. Gracie Allen. Kaylee Brown. Mackenzie Brown. Timothy Decker. Derek Dreher. Mariah Fabella. Montana McMullen. Samantha Pasalacqua. And Grant Weberg. Congratulations to the 2021 cum laude recipients. Concluding our academic recognition awards this evening will be our honor roll graduates. To earn this status, a student must have a 3.0 to 3.49 grade point average. Again, please stand when I call your name. Isidore Bowman. Jocelyn Baxter. Kaylee Brillhart. Rhiannon Coughlin. Catherine Kraft. Lydia Davenport. Alexandra Davis. Allie Derby. Grace Frank. Mackenzie Graham, Brady Hesbrook, Taylor Hyde, Logan Juhas, Aubriana Kaiser, Brendan Meixel, Anna O'Boyle, Gabriel Pritchard, Garrett Smith, Scott Sparks, and Alex Van Horn. Congratulations to the 2021 honor roll recipients. At this time, I would like to welcome Allie Martin to the podium.
It's up here, promise. Okay. Today, we are looking forward to our future, our next steps out in the world, but we are also taking time to reflect on the memories and the moments that have led us to this point. The memories and moments from South School, North School, and these last few years at the Ithaca Junior Senior High School. 12 years ago, our journey started just a few miles away at South Elementary. Every March's Reading Month or lap around the track for Mileage Club was a way to spend time with our friends. After 3 years there, we were told that we were big enough and we were smart enough to join the big kids at the North School. North is where things slowly all became a competition. From our winter snowball fights to seeing which class could earn enough paper bees to get a free gym first. We made matching shirts to travel to the Michigan Capitol and went on more Forest Hill trips than I think any of us can count. We learned the recorder in music class. We tried to see who could get all the colored ribbons first. Then we did sixth grade band, where some of us obviously found a talent and others of us didn't. Sixth grade camp took us to new heights, literally. Between ropes courses and zip lines, I think we all conquered some sort of fear that week. I remember the bus ride home with a bus full of screaming girls singing to the radio. And then they told us that we were big enough and we were smart enough to go to the junior high school. We started every junior high day pretty early. Probably way earlier than we needed, as we roamed the hallways from 7:30 to 8 for no reason at all. Then we had our first junior high assembly, and we attempted to learn the year cheer. We spent more than half of the assembly trying to figure out what we were supposed to say, because 2021 was the beginning of a new era, I guess. From our awkward junior high dances to trying out all the different sports and activities, junior high definitely kept us busy. Then in a flash, we were big enough and smart enough to enter the high school. Our high school career was filled with 4 years of memories-ish. Whether you found home on the football field, in the ag room, on the court, on the track, or in the classroom, I think it's safe to say we all found our place here at Ithaca. We found a place to create memories and lifelong friendships. Our class has always been full of school spirit, whether it was simply wearing Ithaca gear on Fridays or participating in all the spirit weeks, doing activities at assemblies. We've always been a class that prides itself on being a student at Ithaca. Our student sections at football games and basketball games may not have always been the biggest but I know that they are some of my favorite memories. The class of 2021 had 4 straight years of the best homecoming float, representing both our class spirit and that competitive spirit. Whether you've been here for 12 years, 1 year, or anything in between, we have all created memories that will forever remind us of our time at Ithaca and of each other. So today we will officially complete our time here at Ithaca High School. And once again, they are telling us that we are big enough and we are smart enough to go out into the world. So Ithaca class of 2021, I hope you remember the people around you that have made each moment here at Ithaca into a memory.
Well, the moment you've all been waiting for, a high school diploma. A diploma that opens up all sorts of avenues for each of you. Braxton Lamy. Scott Sparks. Ellie Martin. Madison Snyder. Riley Vernon. Garrett Smith. Tyler Bush. Carter Eckelbarger. Cole Tilton. Josie Morrow. Zachary Poff. Brady Hesbrook. Lydia Davenport. Allie Derby. Sydney Marcy. Caitlin Barnes. Brock McBride. Ava Young. Mackenzie Graham. Hattie Hall. Lottie Carmen. Jamie Fiddler. Mackenzie Brown. Kaylee Brown. Grace Weberg. Natalie Novakowski. Grant Weberg. Jonathan Crawford. Gracie Allen. Mariah Fabella. Samantha Allen. Elena Bretbeck. Catherine Kraft. Zachary Kelly. Ian Shaw. Aiden Campbell. Braden McMullen. Brendan Mikesell. Montana McMullen. Brianna Mikesell. Blake Campbell. Javen Hesbrook. Zachary McCulka. Timothy Decker. Ethan Thomas. Reed Thomas. Corbin Hamilton. Stephen Church. Samantha Pasalacqua. Kaylee Brillhart. Anna O'Boyle. Andrea Collins. Gabriel Pritchard. Corbin Snyder. Gage Morris. Remington Taylor. Isidore Bauman. Lucas Grusbeck. Abby Whitford. Evan Hauk. Chancellor Reisner. Chase Ruprecht. Chase LeBaron. Aaliyah Berry. Alex Van Horn. Taylor Hyde. Eileen Andrade. Marissa Goward. Rhiannon Coughlin. Alexandra Davis. Jesslyn Sanchez. Abrielle Bovee. Jocelyn Baxter. Lillian Shower. Logan Juhas. Grace Frank. Gavin Johnson. Nathan Horoski. Melissa Wallace. Aubriana Kaiser. Derek Dreher. Congratulations to all of you. Please welcome Josie Morrow to the podium, please.
Oh boy. Okay. Just like everyone else, I'd like to start off thanking my fellow students, teachers, parents and guardians, and any other guests for coming here today to celebrate the graduation of the Ithaca High School class of 2021. The class of 2021 has no doubt faced hardships. For instance, going through a global pandemic, making unfair sacrifices, and adjusting to the idea that after tonight starts the rest of our lives. While these challenges did occur, they have changed us from oblivious teens to knowledgeable adults, now understanding just how harsh and unfair the real world can be. There's a quote from Kurt Vonnegut Jr. that states, "True terror is to wake up one morning and realize that your high school class is running the country." While this may be true for some, I look out upon our class and disagree. Yes, we all have different opinions, but I believe that every student here will make decisions based on what they believe is right, because each individual's intent is pure, and that thought is comforting. While this ceremony marks the end of our high school career, it doesn't mark the end of who we are. Instead, it is the beginning of who we will become. After tonight, we say goodbye to our ignorance, naivety, and narrow-minded thoughts, opening ourselves up to a new world of possibilities and experiences. Before I close, I want my fellow graduates to look around next to you. Look at our classmates, your best friends, your teammates, and everyone who you are sharing your future with. And smile. Smile and share this moment with them, because tonight may be the last time you see them for the rest of your life. We are all moving on to new and exciting things, but let us never forget who we grew up with and the wonderful memories we all share. As we say goodbye, we do so with love and congratulations. The class of 2021 is unlike any other, and not just because of its hardships, but because of our love and respect for each other and those around us. Thank you all for listening, and as the great Ethan Thomas once said, God bless. Now Riley Verdict.
It's in here somewhere. I would like to start by saying, yes, we are as bored and ready to leave as you guys are. So I will keep this as short as possible for you. JB would always tell us, keeping your speeches short is a good thing, especially when people before you talk forever. Yes, Mr. Strong, he's talking about you, but don't worry, we still love you. At Ithaca Public Schools, we have had one shot, one opportunity. We have had the opportunity to seize everything we ever wanted. And in that one moment, did you capture it? Or did you just let it slip? After moving from North Elementary to the high school, our palms were sweaty, our knees were weak, and our arms were heavy. Some people even vomited mom's spaghetti on their sweaters. We were nervous, but on the surface, we looked calm and ready to strive for greatness. And no, I couldn't say bombs because then I'd end up on a list. The teachers would ask us questions, but the words wouldn't come out. We were choking. How? But everyone is joking now. The clock's run out. Our time is up and over. Wow. Now, let's snap back to reality. We better lose ourselves in this moment. We own it, and we better never let it go. We've only had one shot, and let me tell you, this opportunity will only come once in a lifetime. I would like to thank Mr. Marshall Mathers for that inspiration. And on behalf of the class of 2021, we would like to thank everyone for coming tonight to celebrate this milestone. And as Post Malone once said, congratulations. Next up is Mr. Thompson.
To the class of 2021, please take everything that has been instilled in you from Ithaca High School and make use of it. Be wise, be safe, and always remember where you came from. Most important, always use common sense. You now get to be that unique you that you have been creating. By receiving your diploma here tonight, you are now qualified to pursue high levels of success and happiness in your life, no matter what pathway you so choose. And each of you deserve nothing but the best. As you leave campus for the final time this evening as a student of Ithaca High School, leave knowing that we are all proud of you, believe in you, and are counting on you to do the best with what you have been given. Go on now to build your own lives. Always help your families and become influential in the communities you live in. Always, always use your talents, whatever they may be, for the public good. No matter where you go in life, no matter where you end up, be confident in yourselves and be proud of who you are, graduates of Ithaca High School. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Congratulations to the parents, grandparents, and family members. I wish you all the very best. Seniors, please stand. Members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Netzley, faculty, family, and friends. As high school principal, I verify that these 81 seniors have fulfilled the requirements set forth by the State Department of Education and by the Ithaca Board of Education to be granted their high school diplomas. Graduates, at this time, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations to all of you.